Hey, world peacekeepers, here we are. It is Sunday, the 21st of July, 2024, and we are in the port of Cove, spelled C-O-B-H, near the town of Cork, which is also near Kinsale and Old Head, where we're going to be visiting today. So, some interesting facts about Cork. It is the last port that the Titanic stopped at before its Atlantic crossing where it sunk. It was too big to fit in the port, so they tendered folks from Cork out to the ship before it left on that fateful voyage. But it's a beautiful place. The tidal swing here is about 12 feet. So you can see that it's low tide here, and there are plenty of boats just sitting out on the mud with the tidal swing. But it's a beautiful place. It rains 300 out of 365 days a year, roughly. So it's very green, lots of flowers. Now this is on our way to Kinsale, which is a small town just south of Cove. And you can see the entrance to the Atlantic Ocean out there on the left, and the town and port is on the right. It's a beautiful place. It was overcast all day. We actually got a little bit of rain later in the afternoon after we got back on the bus to head back to the ship. But there's flowers growing everywhere. You do such a nice job of planting flowers. That red and white flag there. Today is the day of the playoffs for for hurling, which is the national sport here. Kind of a combination of hockey and soccer and field hockey and basketball. And as it turned out, the game was later in the afternoon, but the county of Cork lost by 1 point to the neighboring county, who won the national championship for this year. So this is the town of Kinsale, and we got out of the bus, walked around the town for a while, got something to eat. I fed the birds. Anyway, we headed out now. We're going to go a little bit farther south to a place called Old Head, which is those boats you see tied up to the wall where some of them were sitting on the mud. Anyway, we're headed to a place called Old Head, which has been converted into a golf course, 18-hole golf course, but its entrance is protected by a 14th century castle that hasn't been restored. We're going to take a look at that. This looks like a kind of a beautiful little resort town. Lots of boats and fishing. So once we got out to Old Head, we parked on the road and walked down to the cliffs. Old Head is that island you can see, or that peninsula off to your left. But it was beautiful out here. The seacoast is just stunning. And you can see a small castle there by that road that goes into Old Head. We're going to go over and look at that in just a minute. The wind was probably blowing 25 miles an hour up there. So this thing is just used as kind of an entrance marker for the golf club. I could stick my camera inside of it and have a look around. Otherwise, there was no way to get in. They had it all barbed wired off. You could see life in the medieval times was tough, the Middle Ages. This particular small castle must be too far gone to repair, because they haven't really done much to it. But probably built in the 1400s. see they had the stone sticking out up above, holding up the floor for the second level up there. Still, the domed roof is in good shape. So another really interesting fact about this place is that it's very near where the Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat that brought the U.S. into World War I. There's a monument right near this place for the Lusitania sinking. Entrance to the golf club, and the guy kind of shooed us away. They have a guard shack over there. He wasn't too happy about us coming on and looking at this old castle from the other side. So our next stop was the beach by Old Head. Old Head's off to your left over there. And this beach, we wanted to stop and get some sand for Heidi's sand collection. The water is about 50 degrees, I'm guessing. It's ice cold, North Atlantic. And there's a couple of guys out there swimming. One of them had a wetsuit on. The other one was just in a pair of swim trunks. So I don't know how they do it. So back in the little town of Kinsale, I was feeding the ravens. We stopped to get something to eat. And at one time I had about 10 or 12 of them, but the pedestrians, I guess, scared them away. This guy was pretty careful, moving back and forth to avoid the pedestrian. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. We'd love to go back and spend more time here. It's hard to take it all in just one day. We did stop in Cork to see this church this is where Jane's grandmother and grandfather were married. I think back in 1920 or 22 or something. Got the beautiful stained glass. Stay tuned for Cherbourg, France tomorrow.